on?
The 2005 Ford Ranger, four-wheel drive. Had a growling noise coming from the left front. It's transferring through. It had a bunch of sound, especially when you're turning. You could hear it, the pitch changing. It just didn't sound right. Took this out, spin the bearing. The bearings have failed inside. They're grinding, growling, losing metal on themselves. So what we're doing is replacing the entire hub assembly that contains the bearings. Then we'll put a new one on and it should be good to go. The big concern with letting these bearings get bad is over time, the worse they get, the looser the bearings will get. So there shouldn't be any movement side to side in this. So as the bearings wear, it allows more movement. So in the worst case of a catastrophic failure, the bearings will actually come apart. So worst case, you would lose your wheel. There's not really a set time limit. The most important thing is that every time your vehicle's serviced, to just have them checked, and then you always know what condition they're in. It's kind of a loose rule. You'd probably be around 100,000 miles is about the time they'd start wearing out. But it really can happen whenever. So the time for doing both the bearings, both sides, and the outer tie rod ends on both sides is going to be right around 3.5 hours. So these have a boot that protects that joint inside. So as the boots deteriorate and fall apart, road grime, water, everything gets into that joint and causes them to rust. The more rust gets in there, the more they wear on themselves and tend to fail. So once they get loose, your steering feel is sloppy, you don't go down the road straight, your steering wheel can be off. You can wear your tires regular and then ruin your tires. So just safer all around to replace them as soon as they need them.
So I'm working on a 2006 Lincoln Navigator. Came in with a complaint that was leaking fluid out of the back of the transfer case. This is a output shaft from that transfer case. The original, this is a new one. The original had a crack right here in the center. That's where the fluid was coming out of. We're also putting in new U-joints. In order to change out this output shaft, we have to drop the drive line, which means these U-joints have to come out. When you take the U-joints out, they're not really usable again, so we have to put new ones in. So we did some steering work. We replaced the upper control arm because the bushings were super worn out. The ball joint was super worn out. We also did the lower control arm ball joint. So there's a lot of slop in the steering, a lot of clunking going on. So that was why. Yeah, while we were in here, we also noticed a seal coming, or a leak coming off of the drive shaft here. So we took the CVs out, put new seals in the drive shaft here. So that's what a lot of this mess is from. It's leaking really bad over here. Well, most of the time, ball joints don't ever come out easy. You really have to fight them. So I think this one was both sides, about a 5-hour job. A lot is involved. Wheels have to come off. A lot of this has to be disassembled just to get to the point where you can press one of these guys out.